Graham Watson, Liberal Democrat MEP for the South West. News that polyisobutene is to be reclassified by the International Maritime Organization. What's your reaction?
Well, I'm extremely pleased. I called for this earlier this year when we had the tragedy of some 4,000 birds washed up on the coasts of the Channel from Cornwall all the way to Dorset, who were effectively oiled with this substance. It's been legal to wash it overboard from ships outside the 12-mile limit, and I'm delighted that the International Maritime Organization is going to put a stop to this.
I mean, you saw these birds, some of these birds, firsthand. You went down and saw those that were injured, as I understand it. What kind of substance? What was it like to see the birds covered in this substance? And you know, as you said, many of them died as a result of it.
Well, it's pretty horrible. This polyisobutene, or PIBs as they're known, is a kind of rubber-like substance which is used in commercial glues and so on, industrial glues. It floats under the water if it's washed overboard. Seabirds inevitably get covered in it, and they're unable to move and to function properly. They have to be specially looked after, individually treated. As you can imagine, a huge job for the RSPB. And I think to stop this practice of washing it overboard is very, very timely.
And how important was it to get an agreement like this at an international level, not just, for example, from the British government, but you know, across the world, actually, with the IMO?
I think it was important. It shows how effective campaigning can be at European Union level. If Britain had argued for this alone, it wouldn't have carried the same amount of weight as the whole of the European Union, putting pressure on the International Maritime Association. I hope that we will see the MARPOL Convention, which is the law governing these things at sea, law on maritime pollution, actually changed specifically to include PIBs, but I'm very pleased that the IMO has acted straight away.
Just finally, the EU just does kind of endorse often International Maritime Organization decisions. Is that something that will happen in this case, or what's the kind of process that takes place?
I think this will happen. Member states will respect it. At European level, something will be done. It is clear that with a very, very rapid rise in the amount of shipping as a result of the growth in world trade, this kind of thing is increasingly a danger, and that is why we work together at European level and indeed at a global level to deal with the problems that are being caused.